again, this is Priscilla Batzell in Spring Hill, Florida at Expressionist Art Studio Gallery in the backyard, sharing with you a little tiny painting I have hanging on my refrigerator from an ancient, I don't know where it came from, but it's been around a while, so that's just what I was using to hold it up with. Let's go down and focus a little bit better. Those are Arteza 12 by 16 inch canvas covered boards that I really never thought I was going to be happy with. And I have to admit, after having used 4 of these very recently, that I'm pretty happy. They don't warp. And I'm going to go ahead and try and experiment some more, starting with adding a layer of white paint, because the canvas texture on this board is very heavy. I especially want a layer of white paint to give it an opportunity to fill in a little bit. The canvas texture didn't really show that badly on the dry artworks the next day. This is my OXO omelet turning spatula, available on my Amazon link below the video, below Show More, where you can find the book called Because I Can, because I can paint with fluid acrylics. We just published in paperback. It's about 35 bucks. The ebook is less expensive, it's like $9. But if you buy a published version for $3 more, you can have an ebook as well. So that seems like a fairly good deal if you're interested. We've sold over 100, and that was when I made this video, so that could be a little while ago. And that's only since right around Christmas, and this is just after Valentine's Day. I haven't spent any time attempting to advertise other than to let a few people know. A few 50,000 of you. That's my subscriber count right now on Expressionist Art Studio Gallery's channel, Priscilla Batzell. That's me. Hi. Anyway, so it's a warm day out here, but I still want this layer of white paint, and I've talked to you long enough. And I have glasses on, so that means I've got a fairly decent shot of not leaving any canvas uncovered. So I showed you what I wanted to start with, and I'll show you again. That is that little tiny landscape. I'm going to leave that right in front of me. And I'm going to grab some of my Princeton Art Tool Catalyst spatulas. And those are on the Amazon link also. And if I don't like those, I'm going to use some bamboo skewers. We'll see what happens. So, my horizon line, whoa, naked canvas, bummer. Okay, my eyes aren't great. I'm hoping for surgery someday. But evidently my finger's working all right. Let's grab a line of demarcation, and since the sun is going to set high in the sky, well, I got stuff on there, on that tip. I'm going to make that fairly high up. Try not to put my tops back on. I'm not going to worry about what happens now. It's always a good thing if you purchase these spatulas, if you make sure that there's no residual dry paint on them. Since this is an abstract expressionist scape, I have no qualms about, well, I'm having a problem picking a color actually, about adding some other strange things in here just to mix it up. These are all Arteza paints mixed with pouring mediums to help them flow. Pouring mediums, my particular recipe, is available underneath the video, underneath Show More, in the body of the description. I don't know where this is going to go, but I like that the white paint is still working well for me, and I want some more green. I just don't have enough greens. I know there's some more around here somewhere, but I guess we're going to make do with what we've got. Oh, that turned out much nicer. I actually really like the way that mixed, so I'll be doing that again in a moment. And again, and I have several of those. I just don't want to, I want an abundance, but I don't want an overabundance, because I don't know how much paint I can actually get on here. But as long as I'm enjoying myself, and I am, I'm not going to worry about it too much. My reference painting is sort of being ignored a little bit, and I'm going to go ahead and make the bottom half of my canvas darker. And there's the Prussian blue I mixed yesterday. And I did manage to secure some purple, which I want up there. Never mind. I want the darker purple down here, which I actually want to mix in with the other colors. I'm just going to leave the paint right on my spatula. And maybe come back in a minute and add some lighter colors or some darker colors or whatever I feel like colors there should be there. Some more green maybe. Generally, I would probably go ahead and give myself permission to use a bigger spatula, but I want to see what happens when I use the smaller one. Ooh, it looks like I added some golden iridescent fine medium, or whatever they call it. It's just it's a product by Golden that adds shimmer to my paint, which I like. I'm going to go ahead and do what I threatened. Just use the OXO omelet turning spatula. All this is looking a lot more like water than land, but that doesn't mean that I won't be able to fix that. And I think I'm just going to go ahead and throw some black in there. It's all an experiment. I'm going to use this clean side of my spatula just to sort of meld that in there a little bit. And then take the residual and put it on down lower. I'm definitely going to need some more green. I don't think I'm ever going to make it not look like that's the ocean. So I should just get sort of used to that idea here. I wish I'd saved myself out a little more white. Actually, I'll take that. White is right there. I kind of did want that to look like the foreground of layers of land. But I think unless I want to continue to put squeeze bottles of color straight in there. Now what am I going to do? I am going to take one of my skewers and just push it around, because on regular canvas, not that I've tried it on these canvas boards yet, on regular canvas that really it adds a different texture, different kind of mark. I'm not dragging hard, I'm really being very gentle, to tell you the truth. And I'm wishing that I had put some more of that green in there, because I really did like my little scape. I wasn't sure to begin with if I actually wanted all that white on the background, but being that I have it, and I have paint I can use up on my spatula, just take it right off of there. Use the skewer to make some texture. You can always spatula over it. I've actually got basting brushes and I don't know what they would do, and that would be kind of cool. I think I need more paint. So there's the more paint I said I needed. I'm going to put that spatula right into the bucket and grab a basting brush and see what happens when I use it. I think I want some yellow before I just go ahead with this wild and crazy experiment with all kinds of different colors. Whoa, that's not what I expected. But I got it. So what am I going to do with it? There's a good question. Let's see how it runs. I kind of like that accident. I really, really do. And I've got tubing. I know I do, because I went ahead and searched it out. I like that so much, I'm thinking about just going right ahead and adding some more. And then again in the background, I wonder what I can get away with this basting brush. as far as texture goes. Because I kind of expect it will both blend things, blend colors together. I think I want a little more yellow in there. But whether I want it to be... Okay, I put the tubing down. There it is. This is a real experiment, I gotta say. I don't have any idea what's going to happen. But I am going to go ahead and continue to use my slightly schmutzy... Really? I tried to protect my tile today in case I had some overflow. What else have I got here? I kind of want to... No, I didn't want blue up there, but that's okay, because blue and yellow will make green. I don't mind that much, and I kind of want to keep playing. I'm just going to drag my skewer through a few times for some different texture. I've got 5 minutes left on my timer. Before that gives me a couple minutes to fill you in on any new events, happenings at the studio, which I like to do once in a while, and suggest things to you, like, please buy my book. Shop my Amazon link, look for my Teespring under the video. I'm kind of trying to pick things that I like the look of, and I want some more of, I want to use that color down here, and I think I want to use the color from down there up above. It's going to wind up being extremely abstract, but that's okay. I'm good with that. It's how you learn. You have to make mistakes. You have to be willing to make mistakes to learn. You have to play to let yourself have a good time on the way to figuring it out. So, I didn't mind that dot, but I don't think it's part of my landscape, seascape, whatever it is. I am going to turn that around and make a vague attempt, or a realistic attempt, but whatever. I'm going to grab some more white and sort of use it as a foundation. Now, I mixed up some Arteza Cobalt Blue Light with some Arteza White, just to see what those two things would be like together, because I wanted to. I'm going to turn that upside down so I sort of get the... Whoa, that's really super dark. I'm going to clean off my basting brush in the water and dry it thoroughly. And just give myself permission to play. I can always smooth it over again with a spatula, but for right now I just want to play with this basting brush. I'm very tempted to go ahead and add a little more blue along that horizon line. I don't want them to mix yet. And I need to leave a little strip for my sun. So I've got some pretty turquoise up high in the sky in that original piece. But I think it's a metallic. I guess that doesn't really matter at this point because it's all an experiment. I don't want anything terribly dark in the sky. And I can always throw some white in there. And throw that in the bucket again. Guess I want to use it, and I'm going to have a quick look at it. You've seen it long enough. That's kind of an okay sky. I'm going to use my flat front, turn my picture around again, to my flat front spatula, which is always one of my favorites. And I have to realize that whatever's on there may or may not want to go into the rest of everything. Still seems like there's plenty of white paint moving other paint. Paint close to paint. I want some pink in my sky. And actually, kind of prefer to have some burgundy, but I don't actually have any made up. I can scrape right through my sky with my spatula. Don't want a super huge abundance of stuff. I got 1 minute and 13 seconds left. I'd like to finish this for you guys, or at least pretend to. I've got stuff in my paint. So that's kind of, I'm not bothered by any of that. I kind of like it. I'd like a little more white right there. Let's throw a few clouds in. The weather's moving from all kinds of directions. So I have to think about what I'm going to tell you guys, and I told you about the book already, so I need to suggest that you might want to check the Amazon link underneath Show More. Yes, that's my timer. I'm going to set it for 2 more minutes so I can tell you whatever I need to tell you. I'm also going to drag a skewer right through here and hope that orange line makes it all the way to the other side, or most of the way to the other side. But knowing that I can also dip that skewer in, I don't want to make any mud right there. I don't want a huge amount of paint either, because I'm afraid that it'll kind of mess with my other stuff. That being said, I'm already messing with my other stuff, so let's put my little yellow sun in there and hope that I can keep it from becoming completely green. Just going to drag it out with a skewer a little bit. I'm very tempted to add a couple more colors and tell you what else. There's Pinterest and Instagram and 3 Facebook albums of wet and dry artworks at the bottom of the description. My paint pouring recipe, as I may have mentioned, is also in the description. Just going to take any residual orange I've got on my stick and pull it up through. Because I can, the name of my book, and I might as well remind you. I do sell my artwork. If you have an interest, just contact me through YouTube. I give lessons in Spring Hill at the studio. I give classes in Florida. That's where I am. I mentioned that at the beginning, but I'm not sure everybody hears that. What else? What else? If you contribute to my studio fund, which is through PayPal or Patreon, links are underneath the video. And also, I don't like that, and also on the YouTube header. There, you're going to disappear in a second. I need to do something in here, and I think I want that to be what I do in there, and I'm going to grab a clean skewer really quickly. In the last 20 seconds of the video, you're going to find a playlist on the end screens that will show you over 450 videos, and by now who knows how many. So that's a lot better for me. I'm happier with that by far. And I think this is Priscilla Batzell in Spring Hill, Florida at Expressionist Art Studio. I'm going to play with my sky for another minute. But otherwise, that was kind of fun. It was a good experiment in 20 minutes. And I like my results. I am going to torch, and you'll be gone. Torch to release the bubbles in the paint, and also it will release patterns because there's Floetrol and other pouring mediums such as GAC 800 that's meant to keep my paint from cracking. So I love you guys. Thanks for all the contributions in the past that have kept me going. I hope to see you again. Bye for now. Priscilla out.